Hi, welcome. This is a little bit different of a setup, isn't it? So I am in my little tiny home that I'm staying in Portland, Oregon, and I was just called to do a reading tonight, a simple current situation with some past energies and potential future energies, and see what comes out, see what messages are coming through. So I'm going to use my classic deck, but guess what I found today? It was at this little market. Portland is so weird. I love it here, and despite all the rain that's happening. And I was at this market today, and I was looking around at this cute little area of the shop where they're selling weird things. And I turned around and I found this almost hiding, and I was like, "Oh yes, who doesn't need another tarot deck, especially one with cats?" So we have that as well to clarify. And then I brought this from home, from my studio actually. So since it's tiny and has a case to protect it. So thank you, Spirit, for these clear and accurate messages to come through. Again, take what resonates and just put a pin in the rest for some other future moment, perhaps. All right, so we're just going to do a simple 3-card past, present, future. Actually, I'm going to draw it as current, past, future. Thank you, Spirit. Current energy of the Ace of Wands. Past energy, the Two of Swords. Boy, we've been getting that a lot, haven't we? Future energy of the Sun. So this is it's pretty darn good. I'm going to do an overall. The Fool. I love that so much. Okay, so it looks like with our current energy and the Ace of Wands, and let me just look at the progression here. The overall being the Fool, which he's pretty carefree, and he's unafraid, and he's not worried about much of anything. He knows he has everything he needs for his journey, whatever he's embarking on. And this progression of our reading is really positive in terms of like maybe healing from where we've been. And so in the current energy, we have this gift of a new kind of spiritual gift or passion, some endeavor perhaps, we'll clarify. In the past, it looks like we've been a little blocking out the world to tap into our intuition, maybe knowing that we've needed to go inward to just block out all the noise. So we'll see what that's about. And in the future, we have the Sun, which is just pure optimism, hope, joy, and stepping into your fullest expression. So it almost looks like this is some sort of definitely a healing journey, maybe even a spiritual healing journey, where you're stepping into your authenticity and alignment. You guys, I know that's the message that keeps coming through. Well, it's not done yet. So Spirit, please help us clarify the Fool. Now, these are new cards, so let's just see if I can tap into their energy. This is my first time. I've shuffled them up enough before starting the recording, so now I'll just feel into them. What's the Fool telling us? We have the 5 of Wands. Oh my gosh. And we have the 3 of Cups. I have to show you all this artwork. It's pretty silly. Please excuse the low light. I'm a vampire and I do not like too much overhead light. And lastly, we have the Tower. Interesting. So there has been some disruption here. So with the Fool, wow. So it almost seems like you've had a revelation that your sense of freedom is coming from stepping out of pure ego state and into harmony with others. Maybe looking upon others as, as without judgment, without comparison. Whereas you've been comparing, it's almost like it's like this comparison energy out of just being up in the head and the ego. The ego looks out and says, maybe being envious of other people, or maybe just judging, just like judgment, comparison, envy. And now you've moved pretty suddenly into seeking harmony and togetherness with others and recognizing similarities versus differences. But what was that disruption? But it seemed whatever this was, it's happened pretty dramatically. So I don't know if it was quickly, or like dramatically in the sense that it was pretty disruptive. Whatever is going on here, it's almost like a awakening, because that is like the awakening journey from ego into harmony and just pure love for your people, your tribe, people around you. And there was pretty swift disruption there, which led you to the state of being carefree and joyful like the Fool. So that's a pretty big arc there, isn't it? So Spirit, please help us clarify the Two of Swords. So we have the Ace of Swords. It's like you're clipping the cat's toenails. Whoops, come here. The Hierophant. And the Chariot, wow. Wow. So what this is telling us with this Two of Swords, where you said you're sort of like, you've been in this state of, at some point in the recent past, realizing that you need to block out the noise. This is your solo journey. That's what this is telling us, solo journey. And the Ace of Swords is this spiritual gift of clarity and insight. Oh my God, I'm getting the weirdest cramp. I'm walking a lot here, like every morning and evening, and briskly because it's so friggin' cold. And so I'm realizing I need to stretch more. My legs are cramping up. So, this divine gift of clarity and insight is why you're realizing, okay, I can't listen, I can't look out at the outside world in judgment. My answers aren't out there. They're coming from within, because the Hierophant is your inner teacher in this case. And the Chariot, this is you taking the reins of this journey. It's not like you're the backseat driver anymore. You are the driver, and at this point leading up to today that you're the teacher. You're your own teacher. And it's this divine wisdom and clarity has just descended upon you through this Tower energy, this quick movement from judgment and comparison to seeking harmony, inner and with your surroundings, your community, which leads you to this like Fool state, like, this is so beautiful. I don't know who this is for. It might be for the collective, at least. Maybe it's calling the collective more and more into this awakening journey. But it's like you're taking the reins up to this point, and that's why you're seeking your own wisdom. You're blocking out the noise just that's bothered you up to this point. So let's go clarify the Ace of Wands. We have the Three of Swords. That's interesting. This is kind of the current energy here, so I'm really curious about that, because that usually means some like heartache, like some pain that you might be feeling right now after seeking that wisdom, taking the reins of your life. This could be that integration period where you're like, oh God, I've still got some hurts. Sorry, I'm making myself comfortable here. Sorry, not sorry. And then we have the Two of Wands. Look at this kitten with this play toy. Aww. And then we have the Three of Wands. Love these guys. So it's interesting about this. So maybe you've gained, what I'm seeing here is you've gained some amount of clarity that's leading you to like this gift of your passion and your like a new found spirituality that maybe you didn't have before. Yeah, it's maybe we should go deeper in the past to see if you've felt that in the past. Oh, well, you would know. This Two and Three of Wands, and I'll get back to the heartache. This, oh, yeah, this is a progression with this that's led to this new desire to go seek your purpose and your passion. It's like you've been dissatisfied and disappointed. Just like there's got to be more. There's got to be more. It's like your heart has been contracted because it's like, what do I don't see what I should put my love and passion into in this life. I'm not fulfilled. And then it's this gift here, this growing, like through the inner work you've done here in the recent past, there's this growing sense of like, there's got to be more. I'm dissatisfied. There's got to be more. I'm no longer going to settle for like less than seeking my ultimate fulfillment. And so the Two is saying, okay, well then it's time to leave your comfort zone, the Two of Wands. And the Three of Wands is saying, yeah, now that you're leaving and looking out at all you could do, what are you going to do? So do you feel that? Like there's some just inner like, oh, what is it? What is the thing? Oh my God, you guys, maybe this is the reading for the guy who I sat next to on the flight from Dallas to Portland. We were talking about this very thing, and he's like, he's in IT and business, and he was a solution architect just like I was, and he's like, oh my God, no one ever knows what I'm talking about when I say that word. And I'm like, I know, right? I used to just have to say, I do computer stuff. And he's like, I know, that's what I have to tell people because it's too complicated to talk about. And so we really bonded over that. And then he's like, at this point, he's exactly at this point. He's like, I know there's more. My wife even encourages me to like go for it. So I have the support. He's like, but I just don't know what it is. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe I should have gotten that guy's information so I could like send this to him. And we'll see what the sun's going to tell us. What's the outcome of this? Where are we going? Oh, man, the sun is like, this is like the best outcome for where you, I mean, this is saying you're going to find it and you're going to step into that fullest expression of your new divine passion through all this inner work you've done. Oh. So let's clarify further. Maybe the sun will tell us exactly what's happening here. Thank you, Spirit. We have the Knight of Pentacles. This cat. Oh my God. This looks like Jelly Bean. Whenever we have food at the table, he's like, I'm a human. Feed me. Oh my God. And we have Death. Whoa. Vacuum cleaner. Yeah, cats don't like vacuum cleaners. It is death to them. And we have the Six of Cups. Oh my God, look at this little kitten face. Meow. Okay, so with the sun energy here, so remember, this is what we're clarifying. It's the only bad thing about doing this like this is you can't see my overhead view. That's okay. The Knight of Pentacles, Death, and the Six of Cups. So this is a transformation of, up to this point, it seems like you've been like, okay, slow and steady. Like there's been action, forward momentum in your life, but it's been very slow and very dissatisfying. And now there's this great transformation that's happened. There's an end to that cycle, and you're moving into this like fullest expression. There's still going to be some amount of slow and steady wins the race. Like, this is not a quick journey. And but what's going to happen is you're going to do some more inner healing, like old wounds, perhaps old childhood stuff. Like, this is really telling you to go back in time and keep doing the work. Keep doing the work, because you are on the threshold of something major. So there's going to be a breakthrough. There's going to be a complete transformation. And it just requires probably a little more wound work. Like, it looks like pretty old wound, because when you heal that, I always like to say this because it's really optimistic, and it's actually really true. For myself and for pretty much everybody I hear out there talking about this and about their own healing journeys, is like, when you go back in time and heal those past hurts, past wounds, whether it's childhood or just past adult relationships, when you go back in time and really reflect on that, given where you are today with realizing your spirituality, like, you're in a good place with good intentions now. So when you go back and think about, man, there's no excuses for the way I behaved, or there's no excuses for the way they behaved, whatever that wound is, you're going to find a way in to heal it. You're going to find a way in, and it's different for each of us. So orient toward the hurt. It's not as scary as it might initially feel. It's going to be okay. Orient toward it. Be curious about it. Keep going toward it. It will illuminate so much for you. And then when you do heal this, and healing is going to be you're not going to think your way through this. Don't try. Don't try. The ego wants to. The ego's like, I got this. I got this. I got your back. But you're like, no, shut up, ego. This is a body thing. You're going to have to feel the feels, cry the cries, if it comes to that, and it's going to be in your body, and you're going to feel it lift and release and change and just turn into this loving presence. And you're going to have such gratitude for having gone through that felt body experience, because it's going to take away, it's going to neutralize the ego for a moment. And then you're going to ripple forward through time. Meaning, when you heal that old stuff, it has this like weird, beyond time rippling effect through like dimensional, multi-layers, whatever you want to call it, where you're going to look, it's like your perception, the filter over your eyes changes. Now you look at different situations in this new healed light. They say, like, when you look back at a memory, you're only looking at it from whatever point in time. So this is my perception through these eyes looking back. If I'd done it a year ago, it was through those eyes looking back. Well, I could have changed a lot in that year. I could have changed what glasses, what filters I was wearing. So that's what I mean. Like, when you, now in your healed state, because it's going to ripple forward to today, and you look back again, things look different. You're looking through the eyes of like love and acceptance. You don't see those old wounds anymore. You don't see those old stories or feel the old hurts. So it has this weird effect like that. Look for that. And if you're not finding it yet, just be hopeful that it'll come. Okay? So that's pretty amazing. What I'd like to do is get us an oracle message to close this out. If you are curious and want to ask questions and do a one-on-one reading for like what, maybe some more specifics around those wounds that you're being called to heal, because there's still more work to do. You're in a very good place to be doing that work. So it's very hopeful. I mean, you got the Fool for the overall. That's like complete joy, freedom, and you're stepping out into like who you were always meant to be. And then you have the Sun in the future, which is your fullest expression of like your divine essence in alignment. So with like your higher wisdom, this is all good. It's just saying there's a little more healing to do. You don't just want to stop with just the elation of awakening and spiritual growth. That's not the end all be all. There's integration time. So you're stepping into some more healing, which is going to be really good. And so if you have questions about that, please reach out. We can do a one-on-one reading. Or if you're curious about going into this past, say like, what led me to this point of even knowing I had to go seek my inner wisdom? Because maybe you're in the midst of that right now. Let me know. So let's get an oracle message to complement this reading and put a bow on it. Thank you, Spirit. Fire. Fire, fire. Hold on, I'll show you what it is. These are tiny cards for a tiny house. It's hard to see. It's very vibrant. Fire. Okay. Here's my book. Number 19, fire. The essence. Fire consumes anything that it touches. The flames remind us of the impermanent nature of reality and how situations can quickly transform into beauty or chaos. Fire is passion, and its dancing flames invite us to reach to the sky. Warmth and light are heavenly, yet too much heat can scorch us. To fully step into the energy of fire is to be utterly transformed, like the phoenix rising from the ashes. You guys, my laptop is like, the fan is going bonkers right now because I'm exporting a video. I hope you can actually hear me read. It kind of sounds like a raging fire behind this, so this is fitting. I'm going to reread that. To fully step into the energy of fire is to be utterly transformed, like the phoenix rising from the ashes. The invitation: warm your hands and your heart by your inner fire. Let it burn away your hardships. Let it consume your pain and your sorrow. Has life become too rigid, too cold, or too superficial? That's that unfulfilling feeling we're talking about. That's this heartache, like consuming your pain and sorrow. Let the fire do that. Light a candle or make a bonfire and toss into the flames everything that has become stiff and painful. Give it all to the fire for rapid transformation. That's that tower energy. Set your life on fire. The medicine. Are you feeling too fiery? Have you been reactive and short-tempered toward others? This card has come to tell you that all fiery emotions directed at others can backfire at you. It is not a good idea to play with fire when you are out of balance or angry. Now is not the time to act or react. It is time to tame and befriend your inner fire so it does not scorch you. So this is saying, like, let the fire, let it burn away all the pain, hardships. I love this. To fully step into the energy of fire is to be utterly transformed, like the phoenix rising from the ashes. I think that's your message. It's like we have the tower, so it's like got this really swift, destructive energy, like a forest fire. It's like, let it consume all the bad stuff, and that's that Five of Wands. You're letting it consume that so you can step into complete harmony. You just feel like everything is melding into just complete harmony. You're like transmuting old negative energies that you've had in your life to step into harmony. And so, yeah, just a little more healing to do, and that's not a bad thing. Once you start doing it, I'm sure you've known this, like, it becomes a little easier, not as scary, because you've already looked at some really unpleasant stuff along the way. And so you know what's on, by doing this, going through the process, you know what's on the other side of looking at it, going through the portal of that negative energy. And it changes, it transmutes and becomes lighter, gentler. And then you just, again, you have these new filters to look at your life through. It's just so beautiful. It can be. And so, yeah, this is where you're going. It's amazing. It's beautiful. Okay, that's all we have. Have a good night, and thanks for watching.